forget. But there's other things we need to craft. It's not just, we may have skipped the crafting step of the helical. I will probably maybe try hard later on to try to make a better one with some of these leftover bases. But instead, we are going to be working on everybody's favorite item to make. You guys know what it's going to be? Do you guys know what I'm going to say? You guys know what today is going to involve? I'll give you a hint. This is my hint. Yeah, clusters. Oh my word. No, you may think I like crafting clusters, but it's more of I am just too stubborn to want to pay the rates the good finished clusters are going for. And it's a mixture of me being a little bit of an Ebenezer Scrooge and it turns out I'm just more of an Ebenezer Scrooge than I am in terms of hating the cluster craft. I didn't want to do instantly because I didn't want to craft the clusters. Yeah, the brutal part about it is it's just so you have to, like, in terms of if you're gonna do a in scaling character correctly, it's just clusters are just insane. They're so good. The int clusters are pretty easy to finish if you have the int fractured. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't like crafting clusters. Ahoy. But yeah, either way, that's what we're doing. That's what we're gonna be working on today. Yo, Gam, appreciate the sub, man. All right, let me pull around the treadmill. Is this build gonna be clunky? Cast and Crit Archmage character? Hopefully not. I'm planning to be basically one button spin to win chillin' is the goal. That's what we're gonna go for. Right now we have a bunch of leveling gear on, so we're gonna our tree's super cooked. We're gonna fix the tree, do that stuff, but we need some clusters, so that's what we're gonna be crafting today. I think my favorite part of this build so far, and it's favorite by a large margin, and this is gonna sound silly, but unironically, the artwork. This sword's artwork, it looks so cool. The sword looks so freaking cool. Alright, so anyways, let me pull around the treadmill and get this thing set up, and then we will we're gonna embark on a journey of soul searching of sorts. My son's found my stash of cheese. Oh no, did he confront you about it? How'd that go? He found out about your cheese. What was the aftermath like? Did he eat it all? Did he tell you he was disappointed? What was the situation? Good evening, Cap. They took my Peepo coffee emote? What are you talking about? It's still there. It's there. You just did Peepo happy instead. All right. I'm going to put back on the Cosmos effect. And we're going to think about crafting a cluster, guys. What approach do we want to take for these? What do you guys think is the approach we should take this go around for cluster crafting? Path of Andy, what are you linking me? 4.8? Oh, what? 8 hours in and he gets a 5%. Is that standard luck or is that too lucky? This guy, man. This guy. Oh, of course, 8 hours into a fresh start to do a challenge for making currency, and he's already getting spooned. He's already getting spooned. It's like his first T16. He's already getting spooned. I can't believe it. His RNG better be cooked next Pee-wee 2 League. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just saying. Hey, please don't scream if you hit the item. I'm leaving the stream on and I get to sleep. Phantom. Oh, you want the sleeping service. You want me to be nice and calm and soothing Yeah, I think I can do that. You know, I'll make sure to not overreact if anything good or bad happens, because I wouldn't want to disturb you sleeping. I mean, like, what are you talking about? Listen, if you leave a stream on to go to sleep still, dude, I don't know, man. To go to sleep too, I don't feel bad for you if I start making too much noise and I wake you up. That's on you. Okay, you rolled the dice. That's not on me. I often fall asleep to your stream. You guys are all gaslighting me. Surely you're not being serious. Surely you guys aren't taking naps to my stream. There's no way, right? You guys are mostly here because you enjoy it, right? Not because you're trying to find something really peaceful to fall asleep to. Mid-stream for you is midnight for me. Okay, I guess, you know, for anyone who's the time frame matches up where it is nighttime, I will accept you guys falling asleep. I will accept it in that case. But if it's in the middle of the day and you're falling asleep, okay, you guys are donezo. This ain't peaceful, it's peaceful all the time. What you mean? It's 1 a.m. in my place right now? 1 a.m. Woo! That is early. Or late, however you look at it. You're reusing the rosettes, aren't you? The doctor did not recommend 3 one-lanes of cheese. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, user. Of the things you've linked, I'm not sure I'm feeling this one as much. I gotta be honest. The rosettes don't draw me in. I listen to YouTube to go to bed. I think it's a compliment of any channel I watch in that time slot. Is that so, guys? Do you think very highly of my stream because you're able to peacefully fall asleep too? I should look at it as a compliment if you guys are falling asleep in chat? I should tell myself, you know what? Hey, that guy likes my stream. I'm not sure mentally. I'm not sure mentally I'm there. But you know what? Hey, if you're here, you're here. Does that count as a bot? If you leave your PC on and you fall asleep and it's viewing my stream, or is that a bot viewer? Does that transform from a real viewer to a bot viewer at that point because it's just your computer watching me at that point? No, that just counts as a lurker. Okay. How's it going, Lance? First time free balling my own build. Glacial Hammer of Shattering besides Heat Shiver or Frost Breath. Got any quick tips? I can try to use to scale it. Glacial Hammer? I have not played Glacial Hammer, I think, ever. One thing I would say to check out, if you're looking at a build to bounce off ideas from, is I feel like, I want to say Garatha or Mathil have made builds with that. If you want to look for some inspiration of somebody who's used that skill. I personally have not used that skill. So, off the top of my head, I don't even know what the Glacial Hammering of Shattering even does. So, that's what I would say. I would say if you're looking for some inspiration on further improving your build, I'm pretty sure I think Mathil has done a build with it, and Garatha has, I think. Hope you don't mind me linking my crafting project. Oh yeah, Mowgli, you were going to show it last night. What you were working on. Wait a second. Hold on now. I feel like this is exactly a chest I just saw recently. Oh, well, it's not the same exactly. I think I looked at a Spicy Sushi video, his like last video of the league. He did a chest like this with like AoE, but I think he went for AoE suffix as well. That's a good looking chest piece, man. It's a good looking chest piece. Made it with an AoE mod. Yeah, maybe Moggling wants a different stat on there for his. Maybe he wants int instead. Looks good, dude. Looks pretty dang good. Is this guy messaging me /hideout? That's kind of funny. I want the ES on kill or max res. Oh, fair enough. Cool craft, Modeling, cool craft. Hey, Fasila, how you doing, man? Bandurk, appreciate the sub. Any advice on crafting the earliest small clusters for deck stacker? Fracturing aerialist is kind of pretty important, I would say. Like, okay, so here's the problem, Crystal Soul. Aerialist and the 14 flat dex mod both have really bad weightings. So you kind of need one or the other fracture. I'd recommend going to trade and looking for clusters that at least have perfectly rolled dex or aerialist and 1 to 4 fracturing. Or maybe you could get a 50-50 fracture to like hit like increased effect or something. But realistically, small clusters are an absolute nightmare, and you kind of need at least one of the rare mods fractured, or you're going to have a royally bad time, is what I would say. Happens to me a lot of time when I bound inventory to up, so sometimes it puts front of the can. Oh yeah, that's not a big deal. I think the other day I kept trying to like /hideout, and it kept trying to like put it as a message to some guy, and I was like, oops. All right, so we need to craft some clusters. I think we're gonna start out with a couple larges. I think we're gonna start out with maybe 2 larges, and we'll see where that puts us passive investment wise. I just dropped a golden Charlatan. Hey, Refby. GG, man. Congrats on your golden Charlatan drop. Also, I had some thoughts about it. I've been thinking more and more about it. I know last night we went and ran Lycia to get Sinner Saint. I was thinking about it more, and I don't know if the chaos conversion is worth it. Like, the more I thought about it, the more I thought I can solve reflect by putting reflect on like a flask, and then it's not a big deal to invest into like some lightning pen, that sort of stuff. So I think I might not end up going Sinner Saint. I might because it does cost a decent amount in terms of passive investment to get like conversion on the tree. I think I might stick with lightning base. I was thinking about it a little bit more. What mods on the largest are you going to look for? I think I'm going to do res plus int plus effect plus mana. Let me look up what is the rarest mods. Obviously, we don't want to fracture res because there's 3 res rolls we can hit, all of which are a win. So that's the easiest mod to hit. I just need to figure out which one's the lowest weight mod to fracture. And I'm kind of thinking it's probably int is what I'm leaning towards. Believing would be the case. So if we go here, int is a 300 weight. Mana is a 300 weight, and effect is a 300 weight as well, but 25 versus, well, it does give it 1 more lightning res on top of 1 mana. All right. Fast forward to PvE2 cluster crafting. Hopefully it won't take us that long. Hopefully it won't take us that long. Ritual is smaller though, so it's easier to hit. Yeah. So ideally, we'll just see if there's some of these clusters on trade. Clusters that have a count of 3 of these mods. And then I should say fractured. Fractured no. Where are you? Ooh, but I also need to be a 12 passive cluster, don't I? Ideally. Hey, Boberg, how you doing, man? Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of like mana fractures we can get, as well as int, so we can go for either. 12 passive lightning.
I'd consider that a win.
I can do full mom in the end. No, I think CI is too good of an option to ignore.
Yes.
So we are going to be doing CI, a bona fide classic.
Spending like a hotel again, I see.
Search for mana plus int. Well, we got 1 mana plus int, so we're on the start. But I think I'm just gonna be okay with the 1d1s.
You may leave.
Although effect really isn't that hard to hit, right? Maybe I should be okay with the mana plus int and not necessarily effect. 5D. I guess that mana plus int one's the only one we're getting then. This one's 6D and it's like borderline guaranteed hit here. 8 divines. This is like already a finished cluster almost. You know what? I think I might just use this one and then we'll make 1 cluster. Holy, we 25 effect. Yeah, I know it's 25 effect. 25 effect only loses me. It only loses me 1 flat mana and 1% damage per node on this. I'm gonna take that. I'm just gonna freaking use that. I'm gonna freaking just use this one and we'll make 1 cluster. We just saved an entire cluster, like 1 cluster worth of craft time with that. Absolutely worth. We got a 10 mana fracture and effect fracture. We'll go for the slam on this one too. See what it gives us.
I'll put the word out.
All right, so this one failed. The other 2 worked fine.
Ahoy there. I think I could sell.
All right. So we'll have this one we'll just use. And then we'll make this mana one into lightning res plus effect. And then this one we'll just we'll maybe list it for sale. What do you think fractured effect goes for? Fractured effect. $16 divines. Hey! I paid for some of our cost.
Oh,
Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
hopefully they'll be impressed.
People think it's the best fracture. People are crazy, man. All right. So now we just make one cluster, and we're living the good life. Okay. Do I want to just spam Fiery Forge? I kind of just want to spam Fiery Forge. And just freaking... I think that's what I'll do, honestly. That sounds like an easy time. That means it's just like... Yeah, it's red life force. And I'm just like clicking, you know? I'm just clicking.
We'll make it happen.
How's our anoles looking? Got some anoles. All right. This'll work. This'll work. Fundamental fossil. See, okay, so here's the thing. Fundamental fossils are probably maybe better on average, but I don't even know if they are, because they're just going to give me, like, all attribute when I kind of want res, like, right? So, like, if I look at fundamental fossils, these things cost 12 chaos, plus resonators, These things cost 3 chaos. I'm spending 15 chaos a click versus Life Force. At 15 chaos, I can click Reforged Fire 20 times. Nah, man, it's got to be Reforged Fire. It's got to be Reforged Fire. Like, that's so many roll chances. And it's like super like how do I put this? It's super chill, you know? Like resonators, I'd have to just socket, put them all out, socket them all, you know, like all this extra like effort. This just is like, this is nice, man. Just clicking a little bit of Reforged Fire, and we keep our eye out for effect like this. Go for the annul save. If we miss, you know, just keep on going. All my homies hate fossils. Base egg. I like fossils. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of crafting with them a lot of times, though. Not a big fan of crafting with them a lot of times. There was T1 int. I should maybe consider more likelies. If we hit int plus fire res like this, doesn't hurt to more likely that, right? It doesn't hurt to just click a little more likely, right? Like, look at that. We just rolled it so many times in a row. That's probably worth, right? Hey, Rannick, how you doing, man? How are you doing? See you later, 35 Fracture. Nice knowing you. See you never again. Yeah, this is the life. This is an ideal situation right here. Just click in Reforge. Super cost efficient Reforges. This is the good stuff right here. How did you get so much currency overnight? We sold the Glad. We finished the Glad, we tested the final form of it, and we listed it this morning before I posted the video on the character. Chat is gone, yep. So now, if I run into gold troubles, I don't have my Giga Chad build to go suit up and go get me 500k gold real quick on a really cancer map. So hopefully this character can do it. Guys. Because the Glad currency got sacrificed for this. So we'll hopefully this character will actually be good. I'm hopeful. I'm excited, but you know, the Glad was a nice ringer to pull out in case I needed like some money, you know. Can I annul Corrosive Elements? More likely? Not a chance. 6 int. Rest in peace. Int is gone. Oh, that was... Did that say 5 int? Oh... I think that said 6 int, 7 fire res. I double clicked on accident. It was either 5 or 6 int, I think, with 7 fire res. Oh. It was 35 effect? Oh, I think it was fire res int. I'm pretty sure it was fire res int. Cocaine makes you jumpy? Don't say that, okay? I'm not on any cocaine. I just double clicked, okay? The trigger on this mouse is light, okay? It's sensitive, okay? It's for performance reasons. It's for performance reasons, okay? It's fine though. It's fine. Hey, stop the count. Stop the count. We're back. We're so back. Now the question is, do we break out the Foulborn Exalt? The answer's probably no, right? The answer's probably no. Foulborn Exalt's just gonna like balloon our cost. Don't need it! Don't freaking need it! Let's go! Yo! First one! Ain't no way we just got out of that craft like the start of it. Oh my word. Oh, that saved us so much time. Guys, okay, just for reference, that was the first chance we had where we had a chance to slam and hit the exact mod we needed. Technically, on average, we needed to do that how many times? 11, 6. And we have how much waiting blocked? We just have mana blocked, right? We have 1200 blocked. So it's basically like 10k wait, which makes this like a 1 in 33 or something. We needed to get to that step like 33 times on average to hit the slam. We hit it the first one. Hey, today's a good day, man. Today's a good day. So now we just need to divine it to 8, and then we could do res craft to make this lightning res. Fire to lightning. Swap it back and forth until we get 7 res. There it is. 7 lightning res, 8 int, 10 mana, 35 effect. Now valid. No, why would I do that? Stop. Why on earth? Why on earth would I valid? No, no sir. No valing is gonna occur. Sweet. So we got 2 clusters done. We got 2 clusters done. With how that went, should I make another one? Synthesize it? Ooh, I can synthesize this one. This one's not fractured. I can synthesize this one. What does the synth cost for this one? 5k. We need a Sacred Life Force.
I should raise my fees.
Synthesize. Attack speed with maces. Okay, that's not really gonna help us, but you know what? We'll take it though, we'll take it. What does synth do? Oh, it could have added up to 5 flat int. It could have added attack speed. It could have added a number of like semi-useful stats. Vulture it. Do you guys actually want me to vulture a 1 mod synth jewel? Is that really worth our time, guys? Yes! I got 2% crit multi! Alright, fine. I'll vulture it to the first semi-usable stat, okay? If I hit 3 cold res, I walk, alright, guys? If I hit like 3 cold res, I walk. How many birds do I have? I have 3 birds. May the birds be enough. May the birds be enough. Cold damage. I am not a cold build. That was close though. That could have easily been lightning damage. 2% chance to ignite. That is not helpful. Let's try again. Let's try again. Trap throw speed. I haven't played a trap build in a while. All right, last bird, but it has 40% chance to not be consumed. Where's the money? Spell damage while dual wielding. The birds are gone. Okay, well, we need more birds now. We need more birds now.
I've got some
I mean, we should hit like res or flat strength or dex or something like soon, right? Like pretty soon. Realistically speaking, you know. Realistically speaking, we should be pretty dang close to hitting.
Not bad. Not
All right, this will hit. This will hit. Need is a strong word. Well, you know, we don't need this. It's just we want like, I don't know why you guys talk me into this. This isn't a good use of company finance. It's okay. We'll get like 2 dex or like 3 strength or 2 fire res. 2 attack speed. Hey, cool. I'll take 2 attack speed. You know what's gonna be awkward later on?
You were gone.
It's gonna be really awkward later on when this 2% attack speed is the difference between bricking my proc rate. Watch this 2%, like later on when we finally like have the character all set up, we're gonna be at like 10.13 because of this 2% attack speed. If that happens, we'll roll over it, but who knows? Maybe it could be the attack speed we need. Maybe it could help us get exactly the right attack speed. You want a 35 jewel anyways? I mean, technically, yeah, a 35 jewel with like lightning res instead of all res, sure. But anyways, okay, let's make one more cluster. Let's make one more cluster just so that way I can stall doing small clusters for a longer period of time. I just want to be able to stall small clusters for a longer period of time. You know what I'm saying? Oh, did I not make a filter? I didn't make a filter for this. I meant to save the earlier search. Small int, small effect, small mana, small enchant, lightning damage. And we want fractured new. How's it going? It's going all right. How are you doing? This one for 1D. This one's for 1D too. Mana strength. This one's a mana effect. Three clusters should be enough, right? That's how many fraction orbs I have. Hopefully 3 is enough.
Could do worse, Exile.
Are you going to use in Simplex? No, we were going to use Choir of the Storm. We're going to use Choir of the Storm for this build. All right. Fraction orb. 35 effect. 35 effect. Yo, what? Hey, dude, today is our day, man. Today is actually our day. What the hell is going on here? All right. Stuff's working out, man. Stuff is working out. You can't keep getting away with this. Today's a good day, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Today is a good day. All right, let me go ahead and pull out the... Let's get on our character. Chair of the Storm. You betcha. You betcha. Chair of the Storm. Yep, that sounds correct to me. That sounds correct to me. All right, let's go to work. Let's go to work. First cluster wasn't so bad. Maybe we carry that good RNG straight on through to the second cluster, guys. Your Honor, seize his PC. No, I didn't do anything wrong, guys. I didn't commit any crimes. This was legal. I'm hate watching at this point. It's honestly a pretty funny contrast compared to earlier in the league at a few different points. The biggest one was when we were doing the focused amulet craft. You guys remember that? We were doing the focused amulet craft. And I kept seeing people say this is like, it's just sad at this point, man. I was enjoying you losing, but now it's just, I can't watch anymore. This is getting too disgusting how many times you've lost. Or I don't know what they were saying exactly. They were like, there was a few sympathetic chatters, you know, they felt empathy. Of course, there was the normal heartless chatters that are like, yeah, keep losing. But there were a few sympathetic ones in chat, you know, after we lost so many times in a row, they actually started to feel bad about it. They started to feel a little bit of like remorse about what had happened. We were wrong. Time for you to go back to Lucy. Was it worse than Blighted Contagion? Just kind of different. Blighted Contagion was an SSF run. The Amulet Craft was just like... was kind of just taking out my will to continue, or whatever you want to call it. It was that sort of situation. A boot craft from last league is pretty bad. I mean, there's a lot of things that go sideways. It ebbs and flows. Right now, today, crafting seems to be going our way, but many previous times, crafting has gone poorly, you know. It's the RNG goes both ways. Free Pepega? Dude, nah, I'm good, man. Oh, funny story about Pepega, guys. Whose chat was I in? I think I was just checking out Sebk's stream. You know, I was checking out the setup he was doing because he's got a pretty well invested res stacker. I was there for like 2 minutes. Sebk was talking like a completely normal human. And within 2 minutes, I see Pepega Legend say, "we" in quotations, XFFF in Sebk's stream. And I'm like, this guy's just doing the same crap to everybody. It's not just me. This guy will go to any person and type "we XFF." I'm like, holy, my goodness. So I think what I learned is, yeah, we keep him banned. Holy, his whole personality trait is typing "we XFF." Did you think you were special? Part of me thought maybe I do say "we" an extra amount. Like, because I would notice it when he pointed it out, when Pepega would point it out. But I think my takeaway from that was... Oh my word, what am I clicking? No, it's all that. My takeaway from that was, I probably don't say it that much more than any other streamer says it, because a lot of times you want to, like, associate what you're talking about with the people in chat, right? And he's just a nuisance. That was my takeaway. I think I blocked him within an hour of discovering your stream, Brian. You can block people that are in the chat. Wait, what does that do? Does that make it so you like can't see their messages? Like you can individually block somebody else in chat? That's a thing. Interesting. I didn't even know that. Maybe I should do that to Pepega. So that way he can't at me. When are you gonna unban me, Lance? When? What are you looking for? We're trying to make res plus int plus effect. I'm doing Reforge Fire because there's only one fire mod in the pool, which is Fire Res. And then I'm just gonna swap it to Lightning Res whenever we hit the finish cluster. So right now we're just doing Reforge Fires, very cheap craft, and then whenever we see int with Fire Res or Fire Res with effect, I'll click Reforge more likely to see what happens, sort of thing.
Business.
I make liberal use of the block feature on Twitch. YouTube can usually be more sensible. That's what I thought too, but I feel like YouTube, people who hang out in the YouTube stream, some of them have started to get poisoned by the Twitch chatters. I feel like the Twitch chatters have influenced the YouTube chat, or there's Twitch chatters that just come over to YouTube to XD chat to make me think the YouTube chat aren't classy individuals. How's the single target on the build so far? This character is not a real character. We're wearing a gold rim and a Zeri's foible, a 7-league step. I mean, like, it was fine for the campaign. We did a Lycia, but like, it's not a build at this point. It's just that we just got through the campaign. You react to trolls a lot. The thing is, there's a lot of people that aren't trolling, Joker. And there's a lot of people that will get genuinely offended if you ignore what they're asking. Like, somebody can ask a stupid question or a question that might seem like a troll question, but they might not think it's a troll question. And it's very, very often the case that they're not trolling. They genuinely believe what they're saying. And if you just call them trolls, that's not really kind to them if they have a genuine question, right? Dex fire as effect. More likely, maybe we'll swap it to int. It did swap it to int. Dude, that was dangerously close to being successful. I think I had null save here. Because it's T1, T1. Alright, worth a shot. Worth a shot. When will you do Tendy builds? I think we'll do some Tendy builds after this character. I want to do. I would like to do Tendy builds before the Pee-wee 2 announcement. I would like to do Tendy builds before the Pee-wee 2 announcement. Hopefully this builds an official Valdo mapper. It maybe will be able to do it. I don't know. For sure a Graph build could. I'm pretty sure a Graph build would actually go like insanely hard for Valdos. But maybe we'll do that after this character because it would have a lot of overlap. Like if we did a Graph build, I would want to use oh, we're out of life force.
Business.
I would want to use
I'll put the word out.
a similar setup for defensive scaling. Like the ES defensive CI scaling of a Templar this league with the Choir, the Storm Amulet is just kind of obscene, I think. Which graph would you use? I think the cold graphs have the best balance of clear and damage. Dance in the Wind and the Falling Crystals are the ones that I would be looking at. Like, you kind of want to specialize in a specific damage type, right? Like Fizz, you can go Pride effect, Vulnerability, like you can layer multiple multipliers on it. Cold, you could layer minus res, Bone Chill, stuff like that. So, I think Cold is the most playable option. I think it's got quality of life on top of... Ooh, that's close. I don't want to take all attributes, though. I'll take int. I'll take int, preferably. Never mind. Never mind. It was nice knowing you. Well, my PDR staggers using cold exposure and graph just AFK. Kind of ZPS for T17 bosses. Well, you definitely would want, like, some investment into actually trying to, like... I don't think you need a ton. I don't think it requires too much to make them do some decent damage. But you definitely need to have some intentional investment into it. You have an idea for endgame helmet? I was thinking elevated int Hunter Lich's Circlet. Yes, that's actually what I'm leaning towards. I'm thinking about going for Hunter Crusader and Crusader boots, so we get at least the 15% inbound. Speaking of which, I should probably buy that while I'm thinking about it. That's one of the things we need to go for. 58! Hey! Hey, what a... $65, and I can maybe late game consider Ellie taken as.
You've got a fez. You might want to.
All right, that's an investment for the future, I guess. That was a lot more than I was expecting. How much is things like Emperor's Mastery and stuff? 86. How much about Emperor's Wit? 55. Man, that is wild. That is wild.
The dog is in the hen house. As a commoner, my
We got some extra currency.
the hen
Let's do it.
house, as a
We're gonna want some int scaling. Int accuracy is going hard. Yeah, it really is. It really, really is. I could get the matching blue set if I pay 3 additional divines. That is probably not worth it. that's like stupid money spend.
Wouldn't you say, Exile?
All right, we got some int scaling jewels. Do it? No, guys, that's just not a good use of company finance.
In the hen house, as a commoner, my
That is just not a good use of company finance. All right, where was I? Continue with the craft we shall. Now get a double unnatural Foulborn? No. No, I'm not buying a double unnatural Foulborn. Would it even be good for my character? Where could I even use a double unnatural Foulborn for like a build like this? It would maybe be okay here. Not even like power charge, endurance, faith and steel, surge of vigor. I don't know. It's obviously decent here. You get percent ES, suppress, power, frenzy. Problem is, I'd want like this accuracy mastery. Recoup doesn't help us. Mind Drinker's only kind of okay. This part gives you block, prodigal perfection, some herald stuff. I don't think I have a good Foulborn on natural spot. Did you mention the position of the right side tree? I mentioned this if I was doing like mind over matter life based, because then the recoup and percent life gets some a lot more value. I don't know if I'd want to do it if I don't have that. So ultimately, I kind of want to try to hit. I kind of want to try to hit it with jewel gambles, which is something we'll just work towards passively. The next time I have 6 fire res, no, if I get, how about this? If I get int plus effect, then we'll Foulborn Exalt, right? Because then we're like slamming for like a T1 res, kind of. Feels like there's more hope there. Welcome to my build. All right, we just used 200 divines. Believe it or not, throughout an entire course of the league, you build up currency. Sometimes it's fun to use that currency in a min-max build. That is something that people do. For us, it's going to be the Golden Charlatan. And we'll see how it goes. Any fun spells that normally aren't viable but could be good bosser with Mage Blood? I just don't agree with your opening statement. Most spells can be viable all the way up to Uber content without a Mage Blood. Mage Blood is not generally making something go from non-viable to viable. Mage Blood makes something go from maybe not as tanky to having some really nice defenses, or go from not having good speed to having really good speed. Mage Blood usually isn't much of a damage multiplier. There's a certain builds where it is a damage multiplier, like Armor Stacker, for example, but I look at Mage Blood as much more of a defensive quality of life item than a damage. It doesn't take a skill from good or bad damage to good damage. It's good for crit. That is true. Diamond Flask is pretty decent, but that's like, ooh, T1 strength. If only that was what we needed. Not quite. Some movement speed bubble, some bonus stats. Yeah, that is definitely more how I view it. Typically, when I'm putting it on, it's for those reasons. The reason I want to use it with this character is I don't want to play Cyclone with slow movement speed. That's straight up the reason I want to use it for this build. I don't want to play Castler Crit with just like standard speed. Stampede. Oh, don't get me started on Stampede. Stampede is an item you click when you want to move slower. You click that item when you want your character to get slower, not faster. Are you gonna go for Adorned in this character? No. Adorned, I think, is really a life scale item. I don't feel like it's correct on non-life scaling. Reason being is, small clusters, large clusters are just kind of really, really good right now. And there's a lot of very strong unique jewels. So Adorned got a pretty heavy nerf going from 150 to 100 top end, which basically says, hey, you need a perfect roll for this to ever be like a really good option. And then on top of that, they've added a lot of power creep to unique jewels. Bound by Destiny, you know, Light of Meaning, Watcher's Eye, Melding. You have all these like super powerful jewels that compete for the slot, and the more jewels you have in a build, the weaker Adorned is, because it has an opportunity cost. It has a big opportunity cost of that initial dead jewel socket, right? Am I gonna grab Light of Meaning for ES? Probably not for this character. We will be using Emperor's Wit, Emperor's Mastery, and Bound, though. That percent attribute scaling, I think, is going to be very important. The mana per int mod on this weapon is, no joke, an extremely strong modifier. We do want to take advantage of it. Got some more stuff after stream. Don't yell at me. Did you get some more good drops, how easy? Did you get another mage, another HH? What are we talking? Lay it on me. Flex on me and the rest of chat. How did your off stream thing go? A frenzy charge ritual? Holy. How much does that go for? How much does the frenzy charge ritual get you? That is nasty. 130D, not too bad at all. Very nice, man. Very nice. I'm honestly surprised. I would have expected more for a frenzy charge ring. I feel like I've seen those things go like 200, 300D plus. But maybe that's just, you know, thinking of like later in League. We're not that far into League yet. Can we ban Alweezy? He has all the luck. No. Alweezy's a good dude, man. And honestly, he deserves some good RNG, okay? He's been on the grind, okay? He's put in the time. Nobody's pushing Frenzy Charge Stacker. I don't feel like streamers usually make Frenzy Charge Stack builds. Maybe they do. I feel like I don't see him too often though. Frenzy Charge Stack is usually like, I feel like some min-max Flicker Strike enjoyers usually are pushing it. Root, you did multiple leagues? Oh, there you go, yeah. That would definitely impact it for sure then. Incorrupted Choir is 70D. Correct, yeah. We're going to try to corrupt our own if we go for it. We are going to try to corrupt our own. And hopefully it pans out. I hit an all-res 7% int choir yesterday. Holy. That's awesome, man. Int plus all-res. Right on, man. That's a good hit. That is a good hit. The one reason I don't want to play an Instax is cluster crafting. Moggling said the same thing earlier. I don't blame you guys. Cluster crafting is pretty bedge. You have a Atlas for A-bomb rushing? I changed it a little bit to scale gold, basically to help with gold scaling. I yoinked essentially, I think I yoinked Farmer's Gold Road Atlas, but then changed a few things to add like full focus on non or mod effect or whatever, right? Will a third jewel be a money pit? Oh, we'll see. I got really lucky on the second jewel, so I might be paying the court a fine for that RNG. You know what I mean? I might yeah, the RNG might swing the other way because I got so lucky on the last one. You know, even it out a bit. We will see. I feel like, I don't know, this sort of like low cost reforged fire method, I don't feel like this will be too bad overall. Right now we're just walking, getting some miles in. Like I said, this ain't a bad situation. Get our cluster done, you know. Oh, that there is close. Not quite, though. More likely took it away. Rest in peace. More likely gives and more likely takes. It is what it is. Mostly takes. Hey, listen, more likely is a good click. I will die on that hill, okay? The only bad part about more likely is the time cost of switching your craft. But other than that, it's a worthwhile click. I will die on that hill. Still mostly takes. I mean, yeah. I mean, just think about the number of clicks on average you have to do to hit, like, how many times do I have to click Reforged Fire to hit T1 in Fire Res? Let's say I have to click it 100 times. More likely, maybe I have to click it 20 times, you know? Whatever that number comes out to. I have 3 flash charges on his 32 flash gained on belt. Does it do nothing? 32 flash charges gained on belt. Does it do nothing? I think flasks are gained fractionally. Don't quote me on that. Like, for example, one of the generations, you'll hit 3 charges, and the next tick, you'll hit 4, you know, like that sort of thing. I don't know if that's actually how it works. But you can test it. Put it on and use some flash charges and see what happens. Just do like just like see what happens. Like you definitely 100% can test that. Ooh, do I feel a Foulborn Exalt? How much are the Foulborn Exalts? All right, I'll do one, and then we're not gonna do this anymore. Well, we'll do it if we have like int plus effect. Okay, we're never doing that again. Now, holy. Oh, never again.
What are we shipping?
Never. Oh my goodness. Foulborn Exalts are the worst, guys. Don't use Foulborn Exalts. Those things are garbage. I don't know what came over me to think that was a good idea. Not worth on clusters? Nah, there's no way they're worth. If I have int plus effect, then I think it's worth. And my reasoning is because I could hit freaking any of the T1 resistances. So I feel like at that point it's worth for the chance at like an early finish. Because you have multiple like win conditions. But if I'm trying to hit specifically int, nah, that's I was coping there. I shouldn't have done that. It's okay though. We will get another chance. Continue we must. Win we shall. Golden Charlatan, it's the two-hand sword I'm wearing. Very cool sword if you ask me. Ooh, oh, it's so close. All right, never mind. Back it up. It was almost glorious. Almost. What are we crafting? We're crafting res plus int plus mana plus effect. We're crafting clusters for our Golden Charlatan build. We'll see how it turns out. But that is the current project at hand. Would have been worth it to start with memory stranded cluster before fracturing. Seems like making 50-50 clusters. You can memory strand clusters? I had no idea. That's very interesting. I don't think I even realized you could do that. No, you can't. So that guy's just making up something then? If you could do that, I think that would make some level of sense. But that would also require... It would also require... You'd have to spend a lot more currency getting the 50-50 fracture, right? You can't. It's just one guy? Okay. Good to know. A no save. Close. Could have been. I just tested. Thanks, Moggling. But yeah, if you could, yeah, I think it would be decent. I think the biggest issue with it is... Hey! Alright, settle cluster. Settle cluster! I am not gonna craft anymore. Because I don't want to. Base egg. 25 effect, good enough for me. We're gonna lose like 10 lightning res. Seems fine to me. Teardrop it? No. I don't think I will. Because, and get this, I don't want to. And you can't make me. So suck it. I am practicing the art of free will. And the ability to say no. Weak? It's not weak, man. It's not weak. Are split personalities cheap? They are. My goodness. Don't mind if I do.
Wish I'd kept that one.
Teardrops are under 40? Yeah. And I spent like 70 total getting to that point. I'm not gonna go start spending freaking 40D of teardrops. No, thank you. I will pass. All right. So let's start messing around with our try this one. We'll start messing around with our tree here. So I'm gonna go respec a bunch of stuff. What's a teardrop? Divine teardrop. You can use it to upgrade and downgrade tiers of a corrupted mod. Not a good time. Don't recommend. Do not recommend. We could just go this way, honestly. Let's do this way for now. Let's just do the around town pathing. Finally a tree gets fixed, yeah. Work on fixing up the old tree. Get it to an acceptable point, you know? The old around the planet pathing. Classic. Classic. Of all of this. All of this. Move this over here.
I'll let you know.
This out for the time being.
Business.
We could keep Mage Bane, Witch Bane. I'm gonna list it for now. I'm not gonna worry about it for the time being. This build will be better on a Scion, yep. That is your opinion. Which I guess you can have. You are welcome to it.
It's a...
You must be a Costco member with that amount of refunds? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Okay. Yep, we'll just go around town. Get the split personalities in the build. Which one is more subtle? This one or this one? I'm gonna say this one's the more subtle one. How much does our split personality get us at this length? Let's find out. 58 and 53. Not too bad. Lance, did you see the last Epoch drama? I did not see the last Epoch drama. I am unfamiliar with the situation. Is it something big? Something crazy going on? Something monumental? So point on Castle or Crit if you're doing EO. What's the point of Castle on Crit? It's very easy to get the crit necessary for the weapon to have good crit chance, whereas a spell I'd have to invest a lot more into crit because of the base crit of this spell is 5, whereas the base crit of this weapon is 15. EO is 50% more damage. That is the thought process. At least that's what I was thinking about it, at the very least. I might live to regret this purchase. I'll buy the Ellie Overload for 70D. I might live to regret this. This might be just a horrible choice, but it has the correct colors. I might regret this, but
wish I'd kept that one.
we'll see. There's like not many chess pieces that have Ellie Overload with these colors. So
Sold something while you were gone.
70Ds for use like 30C. No, 70Ds is a lot. That's a pretty big commitment. I'm going to use this chess piece for Arcane Cloak. My thought process is I can put Arcane Cloak in here with like a high level more duration and empower and enhance, and it should be a pretty juiced Arcane Cloak, and then I can put automate on it. So I don't have to think about it, and it'll just constantly be proccing. We should have efficient enough sustain to make that work, I think. The LE creator Discord is in a civil war? What? What does that mean? Like on the Discord, people are just like fighting over stuff? What exactly does that mean? Won't teardrop, but clusters a chat, buys a chat. It's freaking it's a rare thing, dude. There's very few with this keystone with these colors on trade. Okay? Cluster freaking divine teardrops, I can spend 80D and not get an improvement. You know? Think about it, man. Think about it. Ellie was a Kickstarter project where everything would be free, and now they're doing paid classes. Is effed up. Ellie's just dead at this point. So the Crafton acquired it, and then they're changing like all the monetization for it and stuff. Is that the TLDR of the situation? They're like cooking it in that way. Yeah, that's a pretty big F. Does this brick my attributes? It does not. Cool. Does not brick my attributes. Nice. Currently, we have 900 lightning res. Nice. Let's put on the amulet. See what happens to the mana. We put on the old amulet.
The Mary Lean is ready to...
Some good content to hate watch, though. Man, actually, that's a really big bummer, dude. I like Last Epoch. That's kind of if it's going down the tubes, that actually kind of sucks. Because I actually kind of like that game. I was playing Last Epoch like once a year, pretty much. Just look at that. Look at how silly that is. Just, oh, that's funny. That is funny. Just whoop. Man, I got a number go up. And that was replacing Aziri's Foible, which isn't like the most insane mana item, but this amulet does have 28% mana and 120 flat, right? It's not like I was replacing nothing. I was replacing an amulet that technically is pretty good for mana scaling. That is really funny. That is really, really funny.
I think I can sell.
All right, let's reanoint Dreamer. See my shriek? Holy, how many you up to, Hunger? Is minus 72 crit multi a big deal? No, we're gonna try Elemental Overload. Okay, I am not necessarily confident in this. Okay, this is the big question mark for this build is Foulborn's increase res mod. Can this prove to be enough of a multiplier to mana scaling because of Choir to make it worth more than going crit Twilight Regalia? That's the whole purpose of this chess piece and something I've wanted to test this league. So that's what we're going to find out. Like, we're going to see if a late game setup character, how much mana scaling does this chess piece actually provide for one of these types of characters? Because like Sebke, Connor, anybody doing the mana scaling character, they all did a Twilight, right? I just genuinely want to test Foulborn skin mod and see how it goes. And with that in mind, I don't have the freebie crit. I have enough crit to realistically get cast on crit going with Elemental Overload, so that's what we're going to try to start off with. All right, I need to go get some water real quick, guys. I am gonna go get some water real quick. Give me 1 second. I need to top this thing off. Give you guys the old BRB water. Give me 1 moment. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. He's snacking for sure. I was not snacking, okay? I was not snacking. I got the water. I chatted with my wife a little bit longer than I should have. Okay, there were no snacks. Okay, guys, listen, I can prove it. I can prove it. Look at my hands. These are clean hands, okay? These are clean hands. Do these look like snacking hands to you? Do they look like snacking hands? Come on. Come on, let's be real. Let's be real. I was just talking to my wife a little bit, okay? Don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about it. I didn't do anything wrong, okay? Just so we're clear, I didn't do anything wrong. Had the wife feed you snacks so you can have an alibi? I did not have my wife feed me snacks, no. False. I did no such thing. These allegations are unfounded. Remove the BRB water. Oh, yeah, here. It is gone now. It's gone now. They were talking about cheese in the cellar vault. No, Maku. No, we weren't. No, we weren't. Don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about it. All right. What other things do I need to do right now? Fixing mana cost. Golem, we don't need that anymore. Get rid of that. Arcane Cloak's fine. Oh, you know what we should do? Let's get a Watcher's Eye with Clarity Gain. See if there's any good hits in here that would be useful for us. Anything that could be of some value for us later on. Not anything too crazy, actually. Try, what about this? Oh, really? Wait, am I robbing this guy if I buy this? Hey, that's a good deal. That's a good deal. Grace, evade, movement speed, and clarity gain. Ooh. Don't mind if we do. I'm not gonna have Grace right now, but later on we might have Grace. But for 29D, that's freaking sick. For our CI build. Let's get a high gain mod real quick here. Can I have 10? Can I have 10, please? 10 gain, please. 10 gain. There we go. That will work. How much you pay for the helical? 70. 70 divines. Which I thought was a bargain. I thought, you know what? That's a pretty good price. I'm down. How much does this cost? Do I want to try to get one of these? Kind of. I don't know if we're gonna do it later on. But just in case this gets more expensive, we'll have this as a... So if we go Grace, I don't know if I'm gonna do this or not. If we go Grace, the thought process is maybe we get a little bit of reservation efficiency and we're reserving like 40% of our mana. Radiant Faith would then give us a bunch of ES and a bunch of armor, but we should still have enough mana where Archmage is giving us good damage. Show the helical? It should be on the item viewer. It should be on the item viewer. We'll have this as in our back pockets of a potential option. I mean, hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. Guys, we're actually gonna call the stream early today. My wife is saying she's actually feeling really sick. So I'm gonna go. I'll pick up the kids from school and stuff because my wife's just randomly. She's like not feeling very good. So we're gonna long stream tomorrow. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. It was not my intention to pull the rug on you like that, but we'll try to do a longer stream tomorrow. Hopefully she's feeling better tomorrow, but I'm gonna be on the kid duty. So I will send you guys something else. Sorry for the short stream, guys. I do apologize, but you know, sometimes, you know, sickness happens, and I want her to be able to rest up, so I'm gonna watch the kids so she can get to feeling better. I'll send you guys over to Manny. I feel like I don't get to raid Manny very often. He's on like a different time zone because we're ending so early. He's actually streaming. So I'm gonna send you guys over to Manny. All right. Anyways, I'll catch you later. Rue, we can try Rue next time if we end earlier again. But yeah, I gotta head out, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry for the early ending. Take care, guys, and have a good rest of your day.